Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about shame. Now I read another book and I promise I don't read like this all the time, but I am detoxing from social media and Netflix, and what do you know? I've become a reader. So this time the book that I am basing this off of is The Queen, Brene Brown. I thought it was just me, but it isn't. A coworker let me borrow this, thank you, and it's a lot to take in, but it's so relevant. Shame is so relevant to all of us, men, women, young, old, black, white, gay, straight. Shame is across the border for all of us, right? And until I started reading this book, I didn't realize that so many of the things that I struggle with are based in shame. I made a list for you. Does that surprise you? That's what I do, right? It's in my little notebook per usual. So these are some things that I have felt shame for. And ironically, they are opposites of each other, which I think is normal in our culture. But yeah, I'm gonna get a little real with you right now. Hope you don't mind. So some things that I've been shamed for are marrying too young, waiting too long to marry the person that I had been with, not having kids, not focusing on a career enough, thanks Rona, being too skinny, not being in shape enough, not having enough confidence, being too bossy, having short hair, having long hair that didn't do anything, eating too healthy, eating too much junk food, not going to church, but following Jesus, hanging out with people too much, not being social enough, being too emotional, holding it all in, being too frugal, spending my money the way that I want to, living in a city, being from the country, living away from friends and family, living near the things that I actually enjoy, being too busy, being lazy, not cooking, cooking non-traditional foods, the house not being clean enough, spending too much time cleaning on the weekends, and the latest one, transforming my life, and specifically being told that that is too much for others to handle. And I don't even have to deal with things like the shame of motherhood that many women go through, or the shame of masculinity that many men deal with, or the shame of being any other race other than white, or being from any other religion other than Christianity, or being below the poverty line. There are so many more categories that I don't even have to deal with that so many other people do, and I acknowledge that. But I mean, that list is huge, right? And I think so many of us deal with shame, and whether it is intentional or unintentional by the person shaming you, it still hurts. And I think if we can open up communication with the other person, that's likely to help somewhat. I think that's a lot what Brene Brown talks about in her book. Again, I'm not done with it. But just opening those communication with other people and trying to mellow out the problem that way. However, there's going to be people that don't care. They just want to target you. And I personally believe that people shame out of their narrow, small-minded viewpoint. They are shaming based off of what they know, what they see through their color of lens. And they can't see your side. They can't see the things that you're dealing with. They can't see the things that you want for your life. They're only seeing what they want for your life or what they think you should be doing. And it's good to note too that what people shame you for doesn't mean that you are wrong, doesn't mean that you are doing something bad. Again, it's just based off their viewpoint. So if you can own what you're doing and own your life, then I don't think those comments will hurt as much. That doesn't mean that we need to dismiss those comments. I do think people need to watch what they say, keep their mouth shut sometimes, honestly. And really listen with an empathetic ear, not listen to tell somebody what to do or to tell somebody what they shouldn't do, but actually listen. Yeah, so it's just something that I am discovering through this book, and it's something that I am starting to identify more shame in my life and where things stem from, and sometimes why I get triggered by things. And I don't use the word trigger lightly, but I definitely get triggered by things. And identifying what those things are and where they stem from and maybe how they got started. Maybe it was a parent who said something, maybe it was a boss who said something, maybe it was family who said something, maybe it was some stranger on the street, maybe it was something you read in a magazine. I think we all have triggers from different things. And just being able to identify those can sometimes help lessen the blow a little bit. So yeah, maybe some of you can identify with that, and maybe you can identify some shame triggers in your life, and start to like work through those, start to process through those, and see where they stem from and see what you need to do to combat those. For me, I've had to distance myself from certain people who sometimes intentionally, sometimes unintentionally have shamed me to the point that I just can't deal. And I do hope one day that some of those relationships can be fixed, reconciled. Is that a good word? But I'm also not going to put myself in a place of being a victim constantly by specific people. And I don't think you should either. I definitely believe in, what's the word? Reconciliation. I've already said that. I definitely believe in growing relationships and moving past things, but I also believe that there's a time to put a distance, put a marker, because nobody deserves to continue being shamed. Yeah, so this is kind of a deeper one. Maybe I'll get a lighter topic going here soon, but this is what's been in my mind lately. This is what I've been processing lately. So this is what you're getting. If you don't like it, maybe you shouldn't watch my channel. How about them apples? But yeah, until the next time, feel free to leave a comment below about your views on shame. If you feel like saying what you feel shameful for, go for it, but you do not have to do that publicly. That is for you and your journal and your safe people. I just chose to put it all out there because it's kind of who I am. But anyways, take care, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Hope to see you next time. Bye.